Namaste, all creators around the world. This is Sri Akarshana here. And I hear that you guys want to learn how to time travel. Is that right? Time travel to manifest. Now, I know this topic is going to be very sensitive because there's going to be a lot of skeptical minds who are thinking this is a load of trash and what is this guy actually talking about?
Fool! That will never work!
But I guess the saying goes, all truths are true, and if you believe it will work, then it can work for you. If you believe it will not work, then it won't work for you. So I guess if you say this won't work, then you are right. However, it's still not going to stop me from sharing this with you guys, because I know that there will be people around the world who can use this strategy to be able to create more positivity in this world and to be able to manifest what they want in their life. So there's 11 things in total. I'm going to go through it very quickly throughout this video. And I guess if you guys have any questions, because obviously it's a very in-depth concept and theory that requires certain training to be able to calm the mind and know how to channelize thoughts in a certain way to actually make it reality. So you can fire the questions below. And obviously I had a lot of training with my master up in the mountains, all to do with awakening energy points and third eye points and meditation and all of this type of stuff, right? So it's a complex system. However, we're going to just whiz through it so that you guys at least grasp the concept, and those of you more on the conscious level will be able to give it a try. So, number one, the first thing is you need to always live in a super conscious state. So what do I mean by that? You need to keep your mind calm at all times. You need to be here now all the time. Because when you are here now, if you bring yourself into the moment, you are able to heighten your senses and to be able to notice more around you. This is extremely important, because then moving on to point number two, the thing is we need to memorize through emotion. First of all, to understand that our minds, how it works and how memory works. Nobody has bad memory. Because even the person who says they have bad memory still remember things from when they were kids. It's because we need to understand the two parts of the brain, the amygdala and the hippocampus. That is how the brain works for storage. It stores emotions. So you'll always remember the things that heighten your emotions, where you are very happy or very sad. And so while you are in every moment, you need to be in touch with all of your emotions to memorize how many chairs are there. What is the ceiling height? What is the ceiling height in comparison to the people? How are people's reaction around you? That's why you see a lot of yogis and monks, when they practice this presence of mind, they are very conscious about everything around them, even the things that are happening behind them. They can sense. And so that is when our mind is calm. Then we use emotions to actually store each memory. It's almost like having a photographic memory, being able to photograph everything like for like. And this will come in handy when it comes to the access point. So we're going to get there. Then point number three is to activate all of your senses. Meaning in each moment right now, I need to be able to feel the fire behind me. Smell whatever I smell in this moment, be able to see what I see, be able to feel what I feel, and remember each of these sensories, because that is the only way I can access it again or re-access that moment. So these first three are the practices, the daily practices I want everybody to start doing. And you don't lose anything, because some people will have a skeptical mind and say, I don't think this works. Well, it's okay, but you don't lose anything by practicing memory. However, once you store your daily activities in such a way, right, what actually happens is then we move on to point number four, is you have to have 100% belief that this will work. It says belief leads to thoughts, thoughts leads to action, action leads to results. If you don't believe in something, you can't create the reality. So if you have the skeptical mind saying, this is going to work, this is going to work, actually it's not going to work for you. But if you really get yourself into the moment and understand that actually everything in existence is reality. every idea, every thought, every imagination. Nothing can come from nothing. It comes from somewhere, which is that collective intelligence, that archive, that library we have above us. So if we understand that, then time traveling actually is not so far-fetched. In fact, we already do it. We already dimensioning traveling all the time when we drift off, but we don't understand how to actually explain it right now. Right? So we need to have 100% belief in it. Then, by having the 100% belief, that is what allows you to bypass the mind, because the mind is going to be your first gate to be able to bypass, to allow you to activate this memory dimension or time traveling. Then, moving on, number 5 is to find a silent place. And the reason you need a silent place is because you need to not be distracted, right? There's this movie called, I think it's called About Time, where a guy goes into a wardrobe to actually time travel every time. So actually, everything in movies are real because nothing can be created. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. This is all information that's transferred from the higher consciousness. Then moving on to point number 6, we close our eyes, because when we close our eyes, then again, less distractions come in our way, okay, to block any other distractions. Then point number 7 is we focus our attention towards our third eye chakra. Now you're probably wondering why. Now there's a very complex system behind this, but for now, understand that is the gateway to start opening the gate to access any dimension. It's actually the way into the portal. Okay, imagine on Doctor Strange, they have this portal. So we access through the gateway through this part here. We've been giving you some of the keys already. Then point number 8, while we are focusing towards third eye and we feel this amplified pressure towards the third eye, we know we are going through and out into another dimension. So then moving on to point number 8 is we re-access the memory of that moment, the memory files of the moment that we want to go back to change for a certain reason. That may be that we said something, we didn't like what we said, or maybe we were in a job interview and it didn't go so well, or whatever it is that you want to change in that moment. Okay, but understand one thing, all of these strategies that I'm sharing with you, you do it only for good, only for positivity. Why? Because if you use it for manipulation of negative situations, the universe and the system that's above us will be watching that, and people will be penalized for it. Now, some of you will think, what are we talking about? Are we talking about religion or God, or what are we talking about? Actually, it doesn't matter what you name it. Just understand there's something that determines your existence. There's something that takes you away without you even wanting to. And you have no right in saying that. And there's something else that is in charge. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now because we're not talking about religion here. Okay, so then moving on to point number 9 is when you get back into that occurrence, right? That moment you want to change, you have to feel every emotion, right? Back into that moment. Remember through emotion. So you start feeling all the emotions again. Bring it all back. Okay. Number 10, we reactivate all of our senses. Reactivate. Remember what we can smell, we can see in that moment, what the touch feels like, and activate all of the senses while you're in that moment with your eyes closed. Then finally, point number 11, we be all there. We relive that moment, except we then correct the parts we want to correct. And we can say things differently, maybe towards more love or more positivity, or ask for forgiveness, or whatever that thing is, or perform better, whatever that thing is. And then we do the whole thing as if it's actually happening in our minds. And after that, we slowly, slowly, slowly breathe into this existence and bring ourselves back into this moment in time. And slowly, slowly open our eyes. And there comes a question which I'm going to leave you all with here. If you go through a powerful visualization like that, the moment you open your eyes, your senses will always be like, oh, I forgot it was bright. I forgot I was sat here. I forgot there was a light shining on me. It's almost like when you come out of meditation, you get that same paradigm. It's like, I forgot I was sat here. Or I forgot those people were around here. Okay? And the question for you to ask on the Seeker's Journey is, if you were not here, then where were you? Right now, the world just sees dream as dream, visual as visual. But if you are not here to sense and feel in this moment, but you are somewhere else, then nothing can be fake, and everything is just reality. Guys, if you enjoyed this video or you got anything out of it whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up. Also, make sure to give the strategy a try and just see that things, whether you said things wrong to certain people, see those people come back for forgiveness and everything changes. Or maybe even you did extremely terrible in a job interview. When you do that, redo the job interview very well. And then watch you get the phone call or the email for the job, Watch these things come through. It's a magical, magical experience, which will then come to your big question of, is this real? Or is it just by coincidence that it actually turned out okay? But actually, once you continue this journey, this Seeker's Journey, and you use this strategy a lot more, you will start realizing a lot of the things in life that you think is real is not real. But a lot of things you don't think is real is actually real. Please do comment below. Let us know your thoughts, your views, or maybe if you've attempted something like this before and your experience, because then we can at least help those with the skeptical minds. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because this year I'm dedicated to making daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, namaste.